Okay, these are the things that we are going to be using for the mushroom and onion pork chops. Okay, I have 4 pork chops here. These are center cut pork chops. I have 1 tablespoon of butter, 1 can of cream of mushroom, any brand, about a half a cup of milk, whole milk, and that we're going to adjust it a little bit. A half of a large onion or a whole small onion. I have 1 package of mushrooms. I have some salt and pepper. And just a tip for you, when I get my mushrooms from the grocery store, instead of leaving them in the plastic container they come in, I take them out and I put them in a paper bag. A double paper bag. Just get them at the dollar store. They're real inexpensive. Throw them in there if you're not going to use them right away, because they last longer. They will not retain any of the condensation that'll ruin your mushrooms. Okay, with that being said, let's get started with our recipe. We're just going to chop up our vegetables, season our pork chops, and then we're going to move to the stove. Okay, for our pork chops, what I like to do to prepare them is I make sure that my pork chops are rinsed. I rinse all the meat. I don't care what it is. I like to season it. Pepper. And then what I like to do with the pork chops so they don't curl up on me while I'm cooking them, you see this little band here of fat? I just take my knife and I make a little cut through that. And this way it does not curl up on you and it'll cook evenly. Okay, just like that. And this I probably take off completely because we don't need that. Okay, so I do the same thing for all the pork chops. Season them on the opposite side. We'll set these aside and we'll start cutting the vegetables. The onions, just cut it down the middle, and I just cut them into little wedges. Just like that. Set them aside and move on with our mushrooms. For the mushrooms, I just like to cut them in half and then slice them from there. Okay, I'm going to turn you over to the stove and we'll get to cooking our food. Okay, here I have a large skillet. I'm going to put the heat medium to high. We're going to add just a little bit of olive oil. We are going to put our pork chops in. Okay, we're going to let these fry up for about 5 minutes, 4 to 5 minutes per side. Okay, after a few minutes, you want to give them a turn. Like that. We don't want to overcook these because we're still going to cook a little bit in the sauce. Okay, we're going to let them go a few minutes on that side and we'll be right back. Okay, now that the pork chops are cooked on both sides, I'm going to remove them and I'm going to just lay them on a plate and set them aside. Now we are going to add a little bit more olive oil. We're just going to leave all that brown stuff in there because that gives a lot of flavor. We're going to put some olive oil and the butter, and we are going to add our vegetables. You can put both the onions and the mushrooms in at the same time. We're going to let these cook down for about 10 minutes. I'm going to lower the temperature of the stove and we're going to let this cook down for about 10 minutes. It's been about 12 minutes since I've been cooking these mushrooms and onions down, and I didn't add any salt, and this was on purpose because the cream of mushroom soup is high in sodium, so you want to adjust it after you add the cream of mushroom. Okay, now that we have these cooked down, and don't be tempted to add any more oil. The mushrooms drink up all the oils that you have in here while they're sauteing, but they're okay just like they are. So now we are going to add our cream of mushroom. Okay, just put it all in. And a quarter of the milk, and that's just so that it can loosen it up so you can incorporate everything. Okay, we're still going to add a little bit more milk because you can see it's still pretty tight, so we will add the rest of the milk. That was a half a cup of milk, of whole milk. Okay, now at this point is when you taste it for salt. I will add pepper, more pepper. Even though I put pepper on the pork chops, I will add a little bit more here. And if you still find it a little bit too thick for your liking, you can add a little bit more milk. And if you don't have whole milk, what you can add is chicken stock to this. And then what we do is we slide in the pork chops back in there. And that's it, guys. You're going to let this simmer for about 5 minutes, and that's it. You're done. Okay, I'm going to plate this up, and I'm going to move y'all over and show you the finished product. Okay, guys, this is our plate today. I wish you could smell it. It smells delicious. The pork chops came out real nice and juicy. The mushroom gravy is a little thick, not too thick. And then I just paired it up with some mashed potatoes. You can do some corn, some okra, or whatever your family likes. But start to finish, it took me about 30 minutes, so it's pretty quick and it's delicious. Great for a weeknight meal. Okay guys, that's going to conclude our video today. I appreciate you watching my videos. Thank you so much for sharing on all your social media, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.